was thinking like philanthropreneur, something around that. And then yeah, just moving that forward. But everything should be done by Monday next week.
Yeah, remember, there's no perfection on this. Get it out, test it, see how it goes. There's nothing wrong with at all with doing something and then changing it, because you could change any text is easy to change. So try something out, see how it goes. Don't be locked into any one specific thing, because you could first of all, anything you do on LinkedIn will, I guarantee you, is going to be forgotten very quickly, just like your posts. So don't spend too much time overthinking it. That's the most important thing. What is not forgotten, though, the most important thing is the engagement, right? Showing up, going, engaging with people. So that's, if anything you guys have realized has been the most important thing here, it is obviously the engagement piece, because that is what drives people to even see your profile. And so that's good. I'm glad you got that on track. You got the 100 skills time frame. Remember, don't just post when you feel like it, please.
And once I did it once, and I just got clobbered.
We don't have a, this is not baseball, all right? This is like more like soccer and football, right? You got a yellow card. So that's your yellow card, you know?
Well, I'll stick to the timings. I was going through, so I've been using, excuse me, Aware a lot more. I have the custom list for HOB members. Sometimes I see a lot of the posts of like 23 hours ago. I keep trying to refresh. Is that just, you know, is that normal on Aware? Is it something I need to kind of fix on my end?
Are you saying that it's not updating posts that are posted within the last like 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah, exactly. I've seen yours, for example, or Peter's, but then I don't see a lot of other HOB members. I don't know.
Are you sure they're not posting?
I have to
Like,
go
they
in.
might have just not posted. That's another thing. Remember, if you're seeing mine, but you're not seeing someone else's, they might have just not posted.
Okay. Okay.
And so what you're seeing is you're actually seeing an old post, because it won't just update mine, but nobody else's. So
Yeah,
a lot of
exactly.
HOB members are not, for the most part, like, they're not posting every day. Like everybody on this call, who's posting every day, guys? If you're posting every day, I don't know, give me a message, give me a hand up. I'm just curious who is actually posting every day at least once.
I am
Well, I know you are.
twice a day.
Twice a day. Um, Christina or Ryan, whichever one of you is on.
Hi, it's Christina again. Yeah, I
Hey,
believe
Christina.
Ryan's got scheduled got scheduled something every morning, but I'm not really working on it. We're still working on a strategy actually. So we'll discuss that next week. It's just been really busy this week.
Okay. How about so I know, Taylor, you haven't started really much of your strategy. You're kind of just figuring your way along right now of what you want to do. How are you doing with, as far as the banner, and some of the tinkering with the profile?
Yeah, I've made some adjustments there, and changed the profile picture, the background. Certainly not as far as long as I'd like to be, but again, I'm not ready to execute that just yet. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I need a direction to go first and foremost before I really want to put kind of pen to paper. But that's where I'm
So I
at.
like the picture. I like your picture in the profile, but I would like to see you in uniform. You're on mute,
In
I think.
uniform.
But
Okay.
in uniform, yeah, because I like, I need you to exude this persona. I want you to exude that persona. I want you there in uniform, and the picture, the profile picture, I want you, the best picture you could find of you next to a plane, inside of a plane, whatever it is, and incorporate that into the banner. I don't even care if you have a slogan right now. I just want a nice picture of you in the plane. Like, because again, for you it's different. You're not necessarily going right now doing something particular. You don't have a business as of yet. So we're going to start creating a personal, strictly personal brand for you, which is based on thought leadership. But I just want that to be who you are. I want to try that out with a specific strategy and just see how much attraction it brings to your profile.
Yeah, I'm tracking, man. Michael, I appreciate it. My only concern is from an ethical perspective as far as what I represent, because I'm no longer affiliated with the Air Force, right? And so
Yes, you're a veteran. You're forever affiliated.
I'm a veteran, right? But okay, copy that. That makes
Think
sense.
about, President Carter. They still call him President Carter.
Right.
You remember the last time he was president?
Long time ago.
What was the last time you were in the Air Force?
A few days ago.
Exactly. And if you met one of your people that reported to you on the street, how would they refer to you as?
They'd call me Dozer.
Or
That's what
would they ever call you? Would they ever call you Taylor?
Unlikely. Low probability.
Okay, so if not Dozer, what would they refer to you as?
Well, yeah, I guess if it's a new acquaintance, it would probably call me Taylor.
Not new. People have reported to you in the military. If not Dozer, what would they call you?
Sir, boss, Colonel Farrell.
There you go. See my point? That's who you are, and that is absolutely who you will be. And I get the ethical part of it, but you are that. Just because you're retired from the military does not change who you are and what you've done.
Yeah, just
There's
for an
people on
example,
LinkedIn
Taylor, like Donnie Raymond, like people still call him Chief. So the point Michael's making is like, it's a forever thing. You're not like an ex commander or whatever. So I think you get the point, right? And I'm like you, like I hated posting my own stuff and like but it is your brand, it is your story, and the more you can just build that personal connection, because like I know you're a humble guy, but what you did is incredible, right? Serving our country, being a commander, that's a lot of accomplishments, and that can view it through the lens of how it will inspire others, not bring attention to you. And I think when you make that mindset shift, it'll help you kind of start taking some steps forward.
Makes sense.
100%. And also, I would like you to put retired and whatever you retired as in your headline. Like right now you say U.S. Air Force Fighter Weapons School Instructor. I would change that to Top Gun Instructor, retired, and that. I know you might not want to say it, but for people on LinkedIn, when you say Top Gun Instructor, they're going to know exactly what that means. Even though it's not official, I want you to play on that. But I know you're an honorable guy. Please just humor me.
No, I got it. And there's a loyalty aspect here because, and I know where you're trying to push me to, right? But Top Gun, I think, would resonate with more folks that don't really understand collectively, right? Because we've all seen the movie, we all know what that's about. But part of me feels like I got to stay true to my brand, which it's not Top Gun, it's the weapons school, and I don't want to misrepresent where I came from.
I agree.
Fine.
Don't do anything you're not comfortable with. So Michael's going to push you. You can always push
you
back.
Can push back.
You got to stay to where you are. So
yeah,
I think we're all on the same page.
Honestly, I stand to lose credibility amongst my current peer group and folks that are doing really great things for other people if I try to misrepresent myself just to gain approval from a different audience.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But definitely put that you're retired at what you retired as, because you are, retired wing commander for whatever it is, or just retired wing commander and U.S. Air Force Fighter Weapons School Instructor. Put something like that as a blend. Just so, again, I could show you a bunch of people that are very well respected, former military, and they actually put that. This is what I was. This is what I did. Here's what I do now. It's, just like people who put 3 times exit. Well, when's the last time you exited your company? 10 years ago. Well, why are we still talking about it, right? But it's something you've done. That's something you deserve credit for. You could also put veteran if you want. You don't have to put any of this. You could just put Air Force veteran if you really want, and then put in the experience section below what you did and not even talk about it. So that's up to you completely.
Got it, man. Thanks, Michael.
No problem. Who else do we have? So Marissa, you and I just talked. So obviously there's not much new stuff there. Alex Boyd did reach out to you via email to try to get your entry into Aware corrected. So I don't know if you saw that or not, but he did email you.
Yes, I did see that. I'll respond right now.
Cool. So guys, at this point, we've gone through quite a bit. We've gone through profile optimization and the various aspects of what you want to do and what you should be able to do and what you are comfortable putting there, what you want to be representative of your own personal brand. It's up to you. I'm only giving you the vast information that's out on LinkedIn and everything that people have done at this point. So we are at this point now where we've basically are 3 weeks in. At this point, we should be very deep into like the strategy and the profile should be kind of in the back. I get not everybody has done it, but that's kind of in the rearview mirror now. Like whatever you do at this point, if you have any questions, please email me. But the profile, that's already done. Let's assume that's over with. So now we're into the strategy piece. Now it's where are your outcomes? What do you want to accomplish in the next 30 days? And now this is where we start working backwards. The content, number one content strategy, the most important one, post. That's the first and most important thing. I don't care what you're posting. Get used to it. Find your voice. See what resonates. You don't need to sit there and think about this for months and years and hours and hours. Just post stuff. Whatever you post, like I said before, no one will remember. But you have to get yourself out there because the more you post, the more people are going to see you. And you want, first and foremost, that's visibility. Second, this is the second most important thing. Maybe equally important, some would say maybe even more important, and that's engagement. You want to figure out who you want to talk to. Who are the people that you care to learn from, listen to, engage with? This has to be people that either, this is my ICP, I want to sell to them. These are people that are interesting to me, I want to talk to them. Taylor, you might want to add every single retired colonel from every single branch of the military and engage with 50 of those people. Okay, great. Doesn't matter. Just engage and be consistent. That's where you're going to be on. That's where you're going to use Aware, add those people, anything you want to do. Because what's going to happen and what you'll realize is what you think your strategy is today, I guarantee you in 2 weeks will not be the strategy anymore. Because you're going to bring in other people you never knew mattered, and you're going to start engaging with them and go, holy crap, I never knew that engaging with this person would be interesting. And then you'll start engaging. Then other people will come in and you'll see other people post on your profile and you'll start following them. You'll see interesting people on other people's posts. You'll start engaging with them. You just need to have a starting point. This is the brick by brick foundational piece. How do we start? Let's lay some cement and start from there. And that's what we're doing here. We got the profile. Great. We know we have the tools. We have Aware. I already showed you guys, and I can go over it again, what we do in Linked Helper. But these are tools. They do not do the job. They just execute your strategy. So until you have a strategy and you know exactly what you want the outcome to be, there's no point in employing these tools, because all they're going to do is just drive you 1,000 miles into the wrong direction if you don't exactly know where you want to end up. So I at this point, I want to kind of open it up to you guys. Content strategy questions, posting. I've already talked about the timing of it. You should have a very specific timing strategy. And the reason why you want to have a timing strategy is because if you just randomly post, you're not going to be there to engage. If you every day say, I'm going to post at 7 a.m. and 8 p.m., you know that for the first 30 minutes minimum, you better be there to engage with the people that are engaging with you. So you create a schedule so you can hit the targets, because this is the discipline portion. The profile isn't going to give you discipline. It's just going to give you credibility. The tools aren't going to give you discipline. They're going to make your life easier and save you time. The posts aren't going to give you discipline. They're just going to put you out there so people could see you. But you have to be there to execute. The hardest part of this, the part where everyone falls off, the part where everyone fails, the part where everyone can't stay and remain, is the consistency piece of every single day, no matter what. And Adam can tell you, he is showing up no matter what. And sometimes he hates it. He'll reach out and go, God damn, man, I'm exhausted. I gotta do my comments. Like, he will not skip it. because this is the discipline that you're building in, because to build up your brand and to show up every day and show people that you're not just here for some lead gen, but you are actually representing yourself and whatever it is you stand for, you got to show up daily. And those results are going to come, but they're not going to come in a week and they're not going to come in a month. It's going to take you months of consistency to do this, but you're going to see it improve week in and week out. And you don't need the engagement stats and the vanity metrics to let you know you're doing a good job. You just need to know you're showing up every day, you're following the systems, you're engaging with the people, you're taking the conversations offline if that's what you want to do, you're using outreach methodology to reach out to whoever you want if that's what you want to do, but you have to just repeat it on a daily basis. And this is the part that is going to be great, but it's also going to suck. The success of it will suck you in. So people say, how much time should I be spending on LinkedIn? I cannot tell you how much time you should be. I cannot tell you how much time you will be. But the more successful it becomes, I promise you, your hours are going to grow. So this is important. Like people like Marissa, you're managing a very busy man's LinkedIn profile. If you do this, he's going to become a hell of a lot busier. And so will you. Where does the time come from to focus on the discipline? And where's the strategy of this? What will you do once all these people are responding and engaging and reaching out to you and wanting to talk to the David Meltzer? Like the David Meltzer has to be somewhere. What's the strategy to execute on this? Believe it or not, this is something that becomes a problem because you're like, holy crap, I don't have enough time to answer everyone. I don't have enough time to engage with everyone. That is something that's going to happen. And that's where people start asking, oh my God, I'm spending 4 hours or 5 hours a day on LinkedIn. That's what's going to happen because that's the success. The more you are on it with this strategy, it's because you're more successful. So you have to decide how successful you want to be and what you're going to do when it's too much. Do you say, I need help, I need to hire people? That's where people hire VAs. I'll tell you right now, guys, people hire VAs to manage their LinkedIn. All wrong. They hire VAs because they don't want to put in the work to build their credibility. I would hire a VA once you've built it to maintain it so you can actually go elsewhere and maybe have conversations while somebody else is managing it and scheduling things, and you could actually be out there taking advantage of all of that execution. But most people don't want to do this legwork. They don't want to do this boot camp. They don't want to put in the time, and they go, I'm just going to hire a VA, and then they outsource their personality and they dilute their brand. They start using AI, and then their whole profile goes, unfortunately, wayward because they're just outsourcing the stuff they have to do first, and they can then understand it, and they can coach and move along and course correct the VA to do what they want them to do because they know how to do it. So please do not hire people before you know exactly how to do it, what you want to do, and what your outcomes are intended, because there's no strategy when you hire a VA. You're just outsourcing time. Time is not the solution to this. Strategy first plus time. It's like vector. You guys all maybe have ever heard of the word vector. It's direction plus magnitude. I'm giving you the direction and the magnitude, but the time part is the magnitude here. And as time goes up, you're going to have to start doing more. Any questions with that or comments? Any flack and hatred?
Look, I can make a comment. I've already shared it, but I'll repeat it. It's, I did this for 9 months. I outsourced it to someone else. We had a great brand. We were clear on our messaging, but we were posting and ghosting, and we didn't have a specific time we were doing it. We weren't engaging with other people, and we didn't get any results for 8 or 9 months. So the results I saw in a month made it where now I'm on LinkedIn 4 hours a day because I'm seeing the impact it's making. So everything Michael's saying, we've done it wrong, and now we've made the adjustment. So it sucks, but it's what works. Go ahead, Taylor.
Can you quantify the impact that it's made? Like, what's the difference?
The difference is I have gone from reaching out to people to be a part of our community, number one, and now I have people reaching out to us. I'm getting phone calls with people you know, whatever we're looking to do. And then the most tactical thing is the engagement in our posts. Like I'd maybe get 3 or 4 likes, and no matter how great the video was Marvin made, or how smart the slide was, or how intuitive the post was I wrote, we would just post it and get 3 or 4 comments. Now I get, or 3 or 4 likes, you know, and now we're anywhere from 30 to 70 likes and equally as many comments. And so what I was not doing is going and commenting on other people's posts. That was like number one. LinkedIn is about reciprocity, right? You engage with me, I'll engage with you, and then you start to get more visibility. And just to add one more thing to that is, I was just at a CEO summit last week, and I had 4 people come up to me that I didn't even know, that had been viewing my posts. So on LinkedIn, there's a lot of lurkers. So people are seeing what you post, even if they're not commenting and liking. It's not like Instagram where it's a bunch of kids just clicking and liking everything. So people will see what you post and not engage. So that's the 2 biggest things is engagement, and people reaching out to me and more people seeing my content.
Has that resulted in more folks, joining the community or, signing up to, the brand? You know what I'm saying? Like from a business perspective, how can you quantify that, either based off of revenue or profitability?
Yep. So we've added additional community members. When Michael started, we had 12 people in the community, and now we have 50. And I would say 50% of those have come through LinkedIn efforts combined with, his network, and then advisory clients that I'm signing one up from Friday that has been following up my posts. So quantifying it, new members and new advisory clients.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Yep.
Also an important point to make, and I bring this up to people all the time. The reason I'm sitting here and the reason why I met Adam is because of the LinkedIn strategy that I utilized. Now, for me, getting in touch with meeting someone like Adam and becoming a part of what he's building, that's a massive win. So for me, my strategy is I actually, listen, guys, this is not a strategy that I just came up with. I did the other way. I did the annoying way, the hard way, the painful way, the no result way, and burnt out. And then I stepped back and said, there's got to be a better way. There's no way the people that are teaching me, there's no way they're doing it right. And so I started tinkering, and what I've put together in this system, I didn't create the tools. I'm just cooking the dinner. I didn't grow the vegetables, and I didn't make the silverware and the pots and pans. I didn't build the kitchen, but I'm putting together all the things for the Michelin dinner to come out, because before that I was burning everything and couldn't eat. So this is very important. This system is going to work no matter where you apply it. This isn't like Taylor. You may not care about revenue. You may be like, oh, I want to talk to people and do speaking engagements. I don't care if they're free. Fine. There's people on here that just want to do this to build relationships, be a thought leader. There's people on here that will use this system to recruit. There's people on here that will use this system to sell. There's people on here that will use the system to bring people into their newsletter. It does not matter. I'm giving you a sniper rifle, and you can aim it whenever you want. And it's very important to understand that there's a big difference between an Uzi and a sniper. And the only people that know that are snipers, right? The sniper rifle people, snipers who shoot, they know the difference between one bullet aimed correctly and an Uzi. And that's
well, just Mike, just to add to that, yep. Taylor, I know we're not jumping on you, but the best time to get on LinkedIn is when you don't have to sell anything, because you're not going to be tempted to post pictures of your new product or, hey, check out my community. So you can just be who you are and become who you want to be without the fear of pitch slapping people. So it's the best time. And this is a lifelong investment. The relationship capital you can build on LinkedIn, you can monetize as long as LinkedIn is a valuable platform. I'm sure it has a shelf life. But the point is, you don't have to go out and sell anybody. You can just add value, share value, and develop kind of who you want to be. And LinkedIn will tell you, I know you kind of like, hey, where do I want to go with this? You'll see what resonates with people, what doesn't. And this process that I've gone through in the last 12 months has helped create my keynote. And our Entrepreneurship Made Simple workshop, like that all came from all the things I did wrong for the last 12 months. So, you'll be able to get out there, test, fail, learn, and grow, and you don't have to sell anybody anything. So it's a perfect spot to be in.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I think for me, it's just really coming down to, what's the goal? What's the outcome I want to achieve? Something that's specific, measurable, achievable, and define that to a certain level of clarity so that, I can implement the tool to that end.
Yep. It'll come over time.
100%. Yeah, right now it's just a matter of sharing. I think you don't have any outcomes outside of becoming a thought leader, recognized, and getting more people interested in listening to what you have to say, because all the other stuff is going to come naturally as you start building out. So you can't really talk about, I'm going to go and I'm going to find a speaking engagement at this place unless you want to speak at this place. Like, hey, I want to be able to give a commencement speech at MIT. That is my goal, Michael. How do I do it? No problem. I'll show you right now how to do it. We'll start reaching out to all the right people at MIT and start setting up conversations and seeing what you could do and when you could do it and what year, because they're probably booked out for the next 30. But that's a strategy. So it's all about what you want from it, but it doesn't have, the outcomes aspect of it is not difficult. Most people are like the simple framework we use. I think most people, and Adam can speak to it better than I can, most people want the E. How do I E? How do I execute? I just want to execute. They skip the SIMPL and go right to the E. But if you just go to the execution and don't have foundations, don't have strategy, when you miss the E, you won't understand why you missed it. You'll just know that you did, but you have nothing to work from to understand because you haven't built up to it. So I'm just creating a ladder for you instead of massive leaps that you'd have to make. I'm just creating a very systematic ladder, step by step. And no matter who it is, guys, start off slow. It's hard to post twice a day because that means you're now an author. Any way you slice it, like, no, you can't just go from I've never posted anything to now I'm creating content. Oh, I got to do video. Wait, I got to do infographics. Wait, I got to edit the videos and they got to be interesting and they got to pop. And like, we're not video content editors. There's people on there that their entire job is to create videos and all their videos look like they're freaking Spielberg productions. And you think, Jesus Christ, how many hours do they spend doing this? All they do is this. This is their thing. That doesn't mean you need to copy and emulate them. I'm getting pretty good engagement and better engagement actually by just making fun of things because I want to. I want to make fun of the things that people on LinkedIn think are real or do whatever. People are creating content however they want. The content will not draw attention. The content will draw attention once you've gone out and made people aware of you. At that point, it doesn't matter what the content is, they'll engage with you because they want to reciprocate. They want to be a part of your community. Question is, what do you want to share with them? What value do you want to bestow upon them? What do you want to teach? What do you want to help? What do you want to give? That's what it comes down to. And there's really no direction for that. That's something that each and every one of you is going to have to determine. But the only thing I want you all to remember, and this is the only takeaway, I don't care about anything except the fact that you need to devote time and consistency to this every day, or at least every other day, and say, this is my cadence. It's once every 2 days. I'm going to post at this time, and I'm going to engage with everyone at this time. And that's what I'm going to do, and stick to that plan. It's up to you what the plan is, but you've got to be consistent.
Michael, have you gone over Instant Save yet, the app?
I have not gone through that because that's the last step of the content strategy. I think if I go into that, that might really throw people off.
Well,
but
I'm gonna share, you don't have to, I don't want to disrupt the process, but I can tell you guys have all seen the quality of videos that Marvin makes, right? Like bricks exploding and a guy falls out of the sky and then he turns into me. Like, it's just, we had all of those Steven Spielberg level productions and still got zero engagement for a couple months. And then I started just taking videos from Instagram, like, you know, yesterday I did, you know, a scene from the movie Elf or the pitch slap video. Like, you don't have to go create your own content. You can use these videos and Michael will go over it. And then you just have to write something that applies to the video and the message you're trying to create. So spending thousands and thousands of dollars on, you know, high level video, you do not have to do, and it will get the posting block out of your mind, you know, because you're nervous, like, hey, I post my picture and no one liked it, or I made this video of me and no one liked it. You can get these videos from social media, post those, and just write something about it. So when Michael gets to that, we'll cover it, but don't get caught up in.
Let's
Go ahead.
let's cover it. So Adam was talking about, you know, this, and he talked about the pitch lap. So I guess we'll have a relevance to show you, and you guys can be the judge for yourselves, because this is kind of, I want you all to take a look, because not everybody's going to want to do this, because then everybody has a different brand messaging that they want and whatnot, and I get that. But it's important to note this, and let me see where it is. I just want to go to it so we can show you, because you guys can take a look at it and you tell me. I think it was coming up.
That car video was the best.
Thank you. I was driving too, and I had coffee in the other hand. So
perfect, man. That's multitasking right there.
Listen, where is it? Where is it? There it is. Take a look at this video, guys. 157 likes, 93 comments, 3 reposts, and I'm guessing he probably has, I don't know, 70 or 80,000 impressions on it. Now, you see this post, okay? When you don't know what, guys, Adam is not some kind of a crazy author, okay? He was looking to talk about pitch slapping, because all I talk to him about is pitch slapping all the time. And he probably went out and was like, all right, I don't know if you, Adam, I don't know if you've searched for pitch slap or slap on Instagram, and then look.
I just searched slapping. Yeah.
There you go. You search slapping, because now he comes up with a video. You see the video, and then you start writing a message that looks like the video actually was made for your content rather than the content was made around the video. That's a little bit of an art, but not difficult to do, right? I always have an idea in my head. I try to find a video that conveys it. Then I write a post to incorporate it. But just take a look. He could have spent hours drafting, like, look at this. Here it is. Okay. He created this. Oh my God, this is great quality. Oh my God, this is really good. Everything's great about this video. Look at this, you know, and it's not even the best one. And he just goes and finds a video, posts it, and it does, you know, 6 or 7 times better. It does not matter how good your content is. You have to know that this is something people are going to see, and it drives attention to them right away because it's so wild. So it's okay to take this and do it. There's a lot of people that think this is cheating. I don't think this is cheating. This is giving people what they want, which is, it's a visual, it's a visible. People are on social media to see first and foremost, then to learn. So this, you know, people ask me all the time, guys, and I actually take it as a compliment. Adam, everyone asks me, even today, someone asked me, and they're like, does Adam have a VA in his account? Am I engaging with his VA? And I was like, no, Adam doesn't do that. Adam only does his own content. So if people think you got a VA, that means they're noticing something about what you're doing that seems out of the ordinary. Like, oh my God, all of a sudden there's all this great stuff there. It can't be Adam. Adam can't possibly be managing his own LinkedIn account. I tell him he is, because I wouldn't let him use a VA. I just would be against it. I'd say, no, you can't use a VA to manage your account, because you have to build up who you are first. Then you can pass off the tasks to a VA, but only when you manage that VA and tell them what you want them to do, word for word. You can't just tell them, go manage my account and engage with people, because a VA will go in and use AI and just write AI nonsense. And you see what those look like. They're all the same. That's what VAs do, unless you tell them what you want them to do and you train them to do what you want them to do. And then they become awesome. So Adam's probably close to the point where if he wanted to use a VA, he could, but I don't think he's there yet, because I'm not there yet. I wouldn't trust the VA right now with my content because it's too the messaging is too important. I don't think anyone could replicate it, and I don't want to sit there and edit everybody and check every post. I'd rather do it myself. It's much easier because nobody's going to do it like me. So my advice is always do it yourself. Questions? Does anybody else have any questions at all?
Yeah, I do. So would you say that the written content on top of the image or video or whatever it is more important than the video itself, is what you're trying to say?
Yes. So the
Okay.
content is where you are teaching or showing or providing the value that you can provide.
Mm-hmm.
Like the videos are nothing. They're just drawing quick attention. But what do you want with the video? Do you really want them to watch the video? No, you want them to click more because when you look at your post, on 90% of everybody's posts are viewed on mobile. I'm sure you know that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at the mobile, you see the video and your first line. So what they say is your hook. Get people to look at the video. That gets them to pause. So the video will get them to pause. That's it. The hook at the top will get them to be curious. So that's why, when you say use a good hook, like the hook has got to be something like, people usually go, here's 10 ways for you to make $1 billion tomorrow. And you're like, what? And you open it and they're like, just kidding. That can't happen. And you go, but at least it gets you an impression.
Now I'm reading it. Yeah. Can you
Correct.
chat people from aware or no?
Chat like DM?
Yeah, like DM versus like commenting.
So you can do that, but you'll have to go into the top lead section.
Okay.
It'll show you people there that have engaged with you, and then you click the little email button, and that takes you right to their their profile, and then you could hit message. If you're not connected to them, then and there's another thing that again, this is much more advanced, and Adam, I'll show you this, but I have now figured out a way. At least I think I figured it out. Let me see. I have figured out a way to basically go and try to find people's profiles that are open networkers. And by open networkers, really what that means is they accept in-mails from people even if they're not connected with them. So I'm trying to kind of play around with it and see if it's what it's doing is in fact accurate. And based on what I'm seeing so far, it looks like they are, because you can't see this in a big search, but if you go in somebody's profile, it'll say free to open profile, which means anyone can message them. But there's no way a LinkedIn Sales Navigator allows you to search that. So the tool that I've talked about actually has a way where you can designate only people that have open profiles. So even if there's a second connection, you still can send them a message without needing to connect with them. And that is a powerful, powerful tool, because you don't want to have to connect with people and wait for them to accept. You want to just say, hey, I want to send you a message. I want to talk to you. Here's what I want to talk to you about. And you go right in and send them this message. So now you're removing the waiting period of people not in your network. But more importantly, you don't just have to sit there and connect with people and wait for them to respond. You could just go directly. Now, Sales Navigator does give you 50 messages automatically, but you can blow through that very quickly. So I'm just giving you this as important insight, where there's a lot of strategies when you're doing the outreach piece. But that is where we talk about sales strategy. Everything up to this point is engagement. It's giving to the community. It's building your credibility, creating content, and being known and seen. Most people, and I've seen it, I've talked to them, I've seen the people that train this, most people have no idea what to do once they have engagement. Okay, so you got 100 likes on this post. You have 58 comments on the post. You have a bunch of people. Now what do you do? And most people don't know, because they don't have a sales strategy to execute it. But they're sitting there hoping it happen. And everybody, how many of you here have heard people complain they don't get enough inbound from LinkedIn?
Everyone, yeah.
Everyone, right? Everyone. How about now, Marissa? Yours is the best example here, because you're managing a profile that is the most visible profile here, one of the most well-known, business minds in the world. How much inbound sales leads do you guys get?
Honestly, a lot, because we get a bunch in that just are looking to do business with us or be on his podcast or one of his shows.
What's different? No, those are they want to be. That's great. Yeah, that's not an inbound lead. That's inbound interest that helps them. That's not what I call. I'm saying inbound, like, hey, David, I saw you on a stage. Hey, David, I saw you at the
Mhm.
mastermind. I need a business coach. I want to pay you money to do X. That's
I
what
would say on LinkedIn specifically, that's the majority of messages that we get is I saw you here, I was recommended to reach out to you, something like that. And then
Mhm.
we usually go from LinkedIn and we'll direct them over to Dave's email so that he'll handle that there.
Okay, good. So
Mhm.
you guys, and that's because David is speaking in so many places. He sees so
Mhm.
many people, right? So for you, right now, you already have that inbound coming in. So you have that. Question is, how do we corral it all? Now, you have the inbound channel. The question is now, how much of that inbound channel is working to the point where you're like, hey, we're good? Or do you want to turn that inbound channel into even more through the outbound channel?
Mhm.
Because sales doesn't happen on inbound. Marketing creates inbound. Like I'm on stages, I'm doing video, I post videos on YouTube, and I do sponsored ads and all that. Those are marketing activities that could, depending on how good your marketing is, lead to inbound. You don't need salespeople for inbound. You
Mhm.
just need people to close or convert. But to generate interest that does not exist, that's what this system is going to allow you to do systematically. That's the difference. You just have to decide, do I need the outbound or
Yeah.
not?
Mhm.
So
No,
Michael,
definitely.
with oh, sorry, Marissa, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, what I was gonna say also, I'm just trying to give some tactical things that everyone can do. So like another thing you'll notice when Michael posts and my post now is the format of the post, right? With the spaces, how people, you'll notice like the top posters, have a specific style that they're doing. So you can take one of Michael's posts or one of mine or whatever and copy and paste that into Chat GPT and say, I want to use this format for a post about X, Y, and Z. So you don't have to sit and, create all these spaces and do that. And so then I saved in Chat GPT a LinkedIn formatting chat. So every post I do, I put in there and say, hey, format it. This is now my standard format. So little things like that to make it easy. I think it'd be a good goal for everyone to set to post 3 times, next week and kind of follow that process.
If you're not already posting 5 days a week.
Yeah, whatever the
course.
number is, right?
Yeah,
Set a personal
whatever.
goal. Yeah.
Now, the rocket fuel, the real rocket fuel, and I know Marissa, obviously, I know David's going live all the time, and the going live stuff, it's not content anybody's seeing right now, right? It's just, it's not. So the posting strategy is important. Also, once you have the posting strategy as far as time is concerned, but then you start engaging actively on, again, David Meltzer isn't going to go engage on some small solopreneur creator, right? You have a specific group of people you want to engage with. Maybe you want to engage with all the people that have the top voice badge, and you want to engage with those people. Maybe you want to engage with people that are all CEO or entrepreneur or founder titles. Whatever it is, you can easily find them, add them to your aware list, and start engaging with their content. And there's nothing wrong with engaging with their content. It's not like people go, "Oh my God, David Meltzer's too good for this." Everyone's out there doing it. I'm believe me. I see it all the time. Very, very influential people are engaging on their content because they understand that the community must have reciprocity. You must support other creators. So that's something that's going to draw attention to you when you do it. But when the way the algorithm works is when you're engaging with a lot of people, there's 3 levels to the algorithm. And the way it works is simple. First, when you post, the first thing that happens is your immediate network is going to catch notice. And the algorithm is sitting there going, how is his network responding? And the way your network responds is how much have you given to them where they want to now follow you and engage with your content. So first, it'll see what it does in the first 10 minutes or so. If it sees people are responding and reacting well, they'll say, oh, his network likes this. So now they're going to push it to the next tier to open it up to some second connections. So now more people are going to see it. So now it's going out to more people, and now you're seeing more people come in that are not your first connections. Those are your second connections. When that does well, then you go to the third tier, and that is what you call the viral tier. And the viral tier is different for everyone's profile. Like that pitch slap video for Adam is viral. It is super viral. Anything over 100 likes and 25,000 impressions is viral for him. That's just so virality is different for everyone. But once you hit that 100 mark, that's it. It just starts taking off because LinkedIn wants attention and it wants great content. And it's not going to post let's say somebody creates crappy content. It won't push your content out if it knows there's no value or benefit to do it. But if it sees great content, it pushes it out because that is great marketing for LinkedIn too. So you have to keep that in mind why you want to engage with people. You're giving to them, but there's a selfish side to it. And it's okay to admit there's a selfish side. We want attention, so we got to give attention. We're all exchanging our time and our attention in order to push our positioning. And look, I will tell you that you don't have to be on point with every single post. Now, obviously, David Meltzer is always going to post the same stuff, leadership, things he's done. I'm not going to see David Meltzer because he's probably past the point of he's not going to post a pitch slap video making fun of something. That's just not his thing. Adam and I are kind of similar. We like to make fun of stuff and we have fun with it. But Adam is different than David. David is not going to do that. David is going to be on brand every time and consistent. But we just need more people to engage. And honestly, for you to go back and engage with, and I don't know if you try it through his account once you have access, go to the replies thing and click replies on the left, and it'll probably show you all replies that you have unread.
Yeah.
For who knows how long? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Make the first thing you do is just to sit there for as long as it takes and reply to all the comments that come up there. Right off the bat, you're at least engaging with people that have engaged with you. Then take a look at how many of them are interesting, because you may have people in there that are leads that you'd be like, oh, this is a really interesting person. Put them on add them to aware. And you can do it. Add them to the list. You can create different lists of people you want to create. I don't care what you call them, entrepreneurs, podcast, whatever it is, speaking, whatever it is, you could create those lists. And right from there, you click the 3 little dots next to the name and click the list you want them in, and it'll go right in there. It's very easy to manage, but this is all I'm giving you guys. Like, this is all the strategy, and it has steps to it. And you cannot go to the final step, which is linked helper. That's the step at which you are completely aware of who you want to talk to, what you want to do. Now, for you, Marissa, you have a very simple thing. I can show you linked helper, which is important. You wanted to create a campaign of, all right, I just want to get rid of everybody whose title is sales rep, lead gen guru, whatever it is. Create a list of like 1,000 people and just do a disconnection campaign that's autopilot doing it, so you don't have to sit there and press buttons.
Is that on Aware?
No, that's in linked helper.
Link helper. Okay, I need to look up that. I remember we were touching on that earlier. Okay.
Yeah, and I can show you how to run campaigns and show you how to do it all. And there's also videos on linked helper as well. There's 3 tools you need, unless you don't want to do sales strategy of any kind. But you really do need 3 tools because it works really well. You need Sales Navigator because it allows you to search very clearly and quickly. If you don't want Sales Navigator, guys, you can get Sales Navigator is cheaper than Recruiter Lite. So Sales Navigator, you need that because it allows you to search in any way you want and isolate people and create a very custom list. That is implemented into the tool of Linked Helper, which allows you to then run any campaigns you want. There's a lot of stuff you can do, so much. And it's very creative because there's things that you could do that nobody out there is thinking to do, and it generates people to respond to you, like endorsement campaigns. Like when you go and endorse people's skills, that used to happen all the time. No one's doing it anymore. I told Adam to start doing it, and he just started booking calls from people just saying thank you to him. And then you see they're interesting, you can engage in the conversation right then and there. So there's a ton of tools you have, but the tools don't matter. Your strategy for what you're trying to accomplish matters. The tools are just making your life so much easier and save you time. And so that's a very important aspect of it. So those are the main things I wanted to cover today, because we're at the point now where content, videos, Instant Save is the app from Instagram where you can just easily download videos if you want to use them. That's Instant Save. That's the video. That's for content.
Hey, Michael,
creation.
put that app
Yep.
in the chat because there's like 5. It took me there's like Insta Save, Instant Save. There's like 3 or 4 different options. So if you can give them the link to that so they get the right one.
Yeah, let me see which one it is. It used to be InstaSave. I feel like they changed their name. Let's see. I usually recognize it. Let me take a look and see where it is. What I'll do is, guys, I'll take a screenshot then of the actual app, the logo, what it looks like, so you can find it like that. Anyhow,
I got it. I'll put it in there.
Okay.
I got it.
You
I'll
have
drop
it.
it.
Hey, Michael,
So,
Adam,
yeah.
I got to bounce a little early, man. I appreciate it.
No, absolutely, man. No problem. Please send any questions you have at all. I'm here to
Great.
help. So
Team, you
don't
guys have a
hesitate to
great
reach out.
weekend. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Ciao. Yeah, guys. So look, just to recap, please make sure that if you're not already creating content on a daily basis, create content. Make sure you're engaging with everyone who's engaging with you. Start creating a list of the people you want to engage with. Now, Marissa, for you, I'll really quickly show you how to do this in it's a very fast way, and it's probably the best way to do it. So you go right here in the search bar. You see my screen, right? Do you see my screen?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. So you just go here, and the easiest way to do it is based on what you want to search for. So if you want to just do, let's say, CEOs, you could put, CEO hypothetically, right? And hit enter. And again, we don't know what it'll pull up. And you go here and just click posts because you want to make sure you engage with people that are posting. So now you'll see a bunch of people that either have CEOs somewhere in their name. It's just looking for the word CEO. That's it. We don't know what. So you can go here, CEO at launch. Now you can go through and see what people here are interesting to you. And you can do it that way. You could do also, let's say, you could do let's see here, hashtag entrepreneur. Same thing. This will come up with all the posts.
This
You
is so
click
cool.
post. Yeah, this is just allows you to search very quickly and see, like, who do you want to talk to? Like, she's a CEO, she's an entrepreneur, she has that in her hashtag. So anybody that uses hashtags probably wants to be known for this. And you can go through and see all these people. Look,
We know
9X
Kim.
founder, 2X bestseller.
Yeah, she's one of
There you
our
go.
good. I used to work for her.
There you go. See?
I know.
So now I could easily find her. She's got great engagement, So you can just go through here, and then you can do this for any hashtag you want, right? You could put in this, then you could put in startup you could put startups with an S. You could just test it and see what comes up. And as soon as you like someone, you just go on their profile, it'll pop up, and then you just pop them right into Aware. That's it. And then look,
Using the
if you do
Chrome
this,
extension.
no, the Chrome extension doesn't do anything. You just
Oh,
go
it
into
doesn't do
Aware.
anything.
The Chrome
Okay.
extension is pulling data, but it doesn't actually.
Oh, okay. It's not like Apollo
Yeah.
where you can
It is. It's not like Apollo. No, it's actually. Yes. No. Hello.
Hello.
You guys hear me, right? Okay. So when you go here, you're going to have a list. So whenever you have any profile there, you can do two things. If you know the name, like you look at the name like this, you can go, okay, I want Patty RVLO. Okay. So you can just go here and I could just say, all right, I want to add Patty RVLO. This list here because it pulls a lot of information. So it takes a little time for the list to open. But once it goes in, you could type in the name, or you can do a bulk import where you just take a bunch of LinkedIn URLs and on a sec, there we go. So I could do one of this, Patty, how would I spell her name? RVL, okay. So I could just do this. Okay, she's not coming up. Oh, it's 1L. Okay, RVLO.
That's weird.
I don't know why it's not pulling her up. Again, it's not always accurate. So I go, okay, well, it's not pulling her up. So I'm going to then go like this. So yeah, since I can't pull her up that way, I'll just go here and I will do bulk upload and I'll just do this. And now she'll be in my list. And that's it. And if you want to see people that are engaging with you, Let me see if I'm trying to see if I have you in here. Right? No, I don't. So if I want to see who's engaging with you, here's how you do it. You click top leads on the left. And that is going to pull up it'll take a little time because it's going to show all the people that have been engaging with you, and who and how many times. So right now, you say, all right, so these are the people that have engaged me the most. So I look at them and say, all right, have I talked to them? So you go through this list and you'll say, all right, I just want to make sure that I know all these people, that I've talked to them, and you just go through the list, right? And if you see somebody like, oh, I've never talked to this person, he's engaged with me 23 times, Adam Thomas, or Adam Hurd, he's got 2 accounts. So you can just keep going through and just checking these people, and then say, oh man, you know what? He's not on the list. I'm going to add him. He's in House of Bricks and LinkedIn Warriors. So I'll just say, all right, I'll have him on one list. I don't need him in LinkedIn Warriors. I'll have him in House of Bricks. Great. Oh, I want to, you know what? I want to message him. So I'll click this and it'll just take me to his profile. And then I just say, all right, let me just message him. And that's it. So that's the strategy of being able to keep track of who's taking interest in your posts and how often. So you can actually say, hey, this person's shown me some love a couple of times. Maybe they're interested in something I'm doing. Let me go and set up a conversation. Hey, listen, thanks for engaging. Let's chat. Right.
So like creating a CRM basically for like, that's something I've been looking for, is there's no organization on the LinkedIn platform itself. So it'll be
There's
nice.
none. This is a CRM for LinkedIn engagement. This is this is your CRM. That's exactly what it is. That's why it's called Aware, because most people have no awareness of where to go. This shows you exactly how often. And then you could also see here and go, how many people have given me love? Like, no, I've only engaged once. Well, he's not posting a lot. That's why. But this guy keeps on commenting for me, but I'm not engaging. I'm like, man, you know what? Okay, should I add him? Boom, I add him to the list because I'm going to start engaging with him. Alana Tart. Oh man, you know what? I'm 19, she's 27. So this gives you awareness of like, man, I shouldn't. Another thing also, here's another thing it'll give you. So I like this guy here. I've engaged 39 times and he's only engaged 4. So at this point, I know I've actually, engaged with him through DM, but at this point you could say, you know what? Like, should I continue to giving engagement with this guy if he's only giving me 12 and I've given 45? Like, he's not consistently showing up. Do I really want to keep doing it? You can decide and then say, you know what, screw him. We remove him, click here and go, I'm out. Boom, click that, remove him from the list. So now you can see who's important, who's not important, who's giving you love, who's not. And you can determine, am I wasting my time engaging with them? So that's the strategy that most people don't have, because they're all over the place. They don't track this. So they don't know who's showing up and who's not showing up. They just make their list and they keep doing it and they adjust it whenever. So that's why this is important. And so it is like a CRM. And then you obviously have to have a good CRM, an actual CRM. Once you've had a conversation and you schedule a chat with someone, then you move them to the CRM phase. For me, if I wanted to talk to this guy, I will say, all right, well, I want to talk to this guy. He's interested. Okay, great. So now I'm going to go add him to my CRM. He's under sales pipeline. I'll add him here and I'll start doing whatever I'm going to do. So that's kind of the entire system flow, right? From my profile is done, it's accurate, everything's good, it looks nice, it's attractive, I did everything I want to do. Now I'm going to post every single day. Great. I'm also going to make a list of people I want to engage with. Great. I'm going to keep engaging with them and I'm going to respond to everyone who's commenting on my stuff. Great. Then I'm going to go to the next step. What's that? Well, now I want to make sure that I'm actually doing something with this. So now you're going in and saying, who's engaging with me? Okay, I like to talk to this person. Now you reach out to the person and talk to them. Awesome. Simultaneously to that, you're thinking, all right, now I want to have a list of people I want to start reaching out to on a more big scale of sales outreach. So now I'm going to go and create a list in Sales Navigator and I'm going to import that into Linked Helper. And now I'm going to create a campaign and start doing that campaign. So to see, like, you have an entire flow of consistent activity, which is why I say you cannot have somebody who's a social media manager. You could only have somebody who is a LinkedIn sales manager. Yeah. No one can manage your LinkedIn and your Facebook and your Instagram and your social and your YouTube. It cannot happen. LinkedIn is a beast and it is a 24-hour-a-day job. And if I was hiring somebody today, I would hire basically someone like me, like, you're going to live on LinkedIn and you're going to do what you're doing. Don't do anything else. I just want you to use LinkedIn and be on LinkedIn, and nobody else bother this man. That's what I would do if I was hiring someone, because that's how much effort, time, and mind it takes to do this. Ask Adam. It's mind numbing when somebody asks you to do 50 million things and you still got to be on LinkedIn 6 hours a day. It is mind numbing.
So just start somewhere. I think I'm more overwhelmed with like there's so many things that we can be doing. It's so exciting. Just start somewhere. So basically go down the list of everything we talked about
Banner,
and do the banner
headline,
first, headline. I already have a headline actually
right?
that I created sitting here
Good.
even. Yeah, talking.
Beautiful. So headlines there, get a banner. David Meltzer doesn't
Yeah.
really need much banner stuff. What's the next thing? Well, first of all, remember how you post content and what it looks like visually.
Timing's easy to
Sign
fix.
off
I
is,
can do that. Yeah.
yeah, that's editing. Engage with everyone who's engaging with you. Make a list of people you want to engage with. Monitor that list closely to make sure you're not wasting your time, because if they're not engaging back, they're wasting your time probably. They're not there. They're never going to see it. But you also can use that as a secondary strategy now, where you go, all right, well, now I'm going to get their email. All right. And there's a lot of tools you can get email, like Apollo, like this Folk tool that I'm using actually incorporates 2 different tools to get people's information, and it'll pull their email address. I also have something, and this is somebody in our profile as well, not profile, in our community. He's also, he's one of the members that went through the program. I go, all right, so I don't know if you guys could see this tool or not. Maybe you can't. Can you see this? Shadowworks? Okay, so see, I'll go here and go, all right, boom, this is confirmed. It's green. This looks like it's probably going to work. Boom, I click this. Now, if I want to put him into my CRM and say, you know what, this guy's not engaging with me, I'm going to go and email him because I like what he's talking about. I really want him part of this. He's not always engaging with me, but I want to talk to this guy anyway. Now you can go, and now you go to email. Most people skip this thing I've showed you and go, we're just going to go and email 1,000 people a week, which is pointless, in my opinion. So that's it, guys. What else? What other questions? I know we're a little over, but I just want to make sure that we're addressing all this stuff, because we're kind of at the training aspect. We have one more week worth of stuff to go over, which really will be diving deeper into Linked Helper and how some of the techniques and some of the cool things you could do with that. And then after that, it's just, I'm going to be monitoring you guys and taking a look at your strategy, looking at your numbers and helping you along that way. So what questions, comments, anything?
Michael, this is Christina still again, and in behalf of Ryan. Yeah. Hi. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is our sixth session, basically, right?
So
Sixth?
we
Third
had
week?
a first week, it's a third week, but we actually had 2 sessions I did the first week. And then after that, I was doing 4 sessions per week. And so the first week we did 1 session, and then I repeated. The second week I was doing 2 sessions and repeating 2 sessions. So technically we were at 1, then 3, then 5. This is like session 7, and then next week you're gonna have session 8 and 9. Not to mention I did another smaller one that I allowed people to do. So there was really 10 learnings, 10 learning sessions.
Yeah.
Originally it was gonna be 8 weeks, 1 session per week.
I see. Well, we do have a lot of catching up to do. Can I send you an
The
email to
videos,
get access?
the videos are in the community. At this point, you have to
Okay.
watch the videos to catch up, and
Yeah.
email me with any questions you have.
For sure. And yeah, as Marisa mentioned earlier, this can get overwhelming, especially if you have started something already and then you're just going to like build up from it. Do you have any, as someone like me, I'm a VA of Ryan, his executive assistant, and handles most of his admin work, and I have a full understanding. We do have a full understanding that he'll be still doing much of the stuff that needs to be done. However, there are his main point of connecting to people that he needs to connect with are still via LinkedIn, and he already posted a lot of stuff previously. So with all that in like we just want to be in sync. So my question would be, would it be okay for him to repost the stuff that he did previously and then like to get re-engagement on those, or how would you recommend him using or reusing the stuff he already posted now that he got a better system or better strategy, or like say ways on using your tips?
Well, first of all, before reposting, that's going to help. You have to start engaging you,
Uh-huh.
and you have to create a list with. Basically, you have to create a list in Aware and start engaging with the people you want to engage with. You also need to go back to all those posts and see who engaged in those posts that you might want to add to Aware as well. And so I would start, you can start reposting the stuff from the past, like repurpose it. You can do that whenever you want, because like I said, most people forget what's on there. So you can do that whenever you want. You can repurpose, but you have to start the engagement strategy where you are engaging 30, 40, 50 different profiles that you want to engage with every single day. If you just repost now, nothing's going to happen, because you still have to do that part of the heavy lifting, which is engaging. Also, his profile has to be adjusted if he wants to adjust it, right? You have to recreate his profile to be more, have more stuff in it. You could look at, the first 2, 3, 4 videos. I've talked about profile, banner, headline, featured section. All that stuff is in there. So I think it's very important to have that part of it, but the engagement piece with external people that you want to be engaging with, that has to be done every single day. That you have to stick to the timing of the posts, and you have to be there to engage in not only yours but other people's. And that's where this consistency is. Someone has to be doing it. Like, you can't say, "Oh, I'm too busy today, I'll do it tomorrow." It doesn't work. If you don't do it every day, this whole thing is a waste. It won't work.
I hear you. Now, on engaging with people, would it be okay if your responses are like, "Thank you for connecting," or "Thanks for your comment, man"? Like, how
No,
are you
no,
doing the engagement?
no. You have to
Yeah.
engage relative to what they're saying.
Uh-huh.
You have to. So if they say to you, "Great post," then you say thank you. If they give you something about your post, like they say something thoughtful, then you need to respond with something thoughtful. Remember, it's got to be genuine and real engagement relative to what they're talking about. Otherwise, people are going to think that, hey, you just got a VA responding for you. Thank you for your post. Thank you for your post. Thank you for your post. It's just, it's not going to create a relationship for you, because relationships are built in the comments.
Okay. Okay. Noted on that one. And then last thing, I'm on House of Bricks actually. I'm trying to locate where the videos for this training is.
Are you on LearnWorlds? Did you guys already create the new login for LearnWorlds?
There you go. No, not yet.
Okay, so Paul has received emails. I'm sorry, Paul has sent emails to Ryan with instructions of how to log in and create a link, and not a link, but create a profile within LearnWorlds, which is where all of the information is. If Ryan was ignoring those emails, then you'll have to go into those emails and find that to create the profile, because we're not posting anything in school anymore.
I hear you. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure where that went. Would you be able to resend me
It went
the
to
link?
Ryan. I don't have those links. That's Ryan. Paul sent those, I think, 4 times. So if you have access to Ryan's email, you have to search for Paul Riedner's email and go in. It's there, because all that information with a video was actually sent to him. If you don't have access to Ryan's email, it doesn't matter. If you do have access to Ryan's email, then you'll see it. You have to just search Paul Riedner, and you'll see that email comes in, because he actually sent it several times. So do you have access to Ryan's email?
I do. Yeah, I do. Let me check if I would be able to pull up that, what do you call that? That LinkedIn role you mentioned.
I'm sorry?
Sorry, what's it called again?
LearnWorlds.
LearnWorlds. Yeah, I'll see if
You need to search emails from Paul Riedner. he sent the email for with the access.
Okay, yeah, that's,
If you don't
I'll
find it,
figure
just
that one.
send. If you don't find it, just send me an email and I'll forward it to Paul to resend to you.
Sure, no worries. Thank you so much. That's it for me.
Not a problem. All right, guys. Let's see. Dan, any questions at all? All right, no more questions, guys. I'll see you next week. Let me know if you have any questions.
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Christina.